morning, and welcome to another episode of The Sovereign Goat Man, unedited, uncut, and straight from the heart. In this episode, I am Coach Goatman. Central nervous system. Central nervous system is designed to function in four ways: concentric, eccentric, isometric, and explosive. Concentric is what's called the positive movement. For example, you're curling, that's a concentric movement. Eccentric is the negative, when you go down nice and slow. At the gym, a lot of gym goers, they focus mainly on concentric and eccentric, and a lot of times they neglect explosive and isometric. Isometric is when you hold something up and you pause. You're basically holding that weight. Explosive, an example of that is what you just saw. I did the snatch, one of the two lifts at the Olympic. That's why they call it Olympic weightlifting. There are two events, snatch and a clean and jerk. So snatch is a form of eccentric
explosive movement,
followed by an eccentric. Once I catch the bar overhead, that's an isometric. Once I catch the bar overhead in an isometric fashion, I'm holding it and then I stand up. Explosive is very, very important, especially as we age. So the topic of this video is basically old man's strength and the importance of being able to explode as we age. So imagine you're in a retirement home at the age of 90, 95. You're sitting down playing bingo, and then all of a sudden you feel this gurgling in your stomach. And then all of a sudden you know in your head that you gotta go to the restroom, but you try to stand up, but you can't because you don't have the explosiveness to do so. So you end up pooping your pants. So now Depends makes money. Depends the diaper company for adults. That's how they make their money, because of old people crapping their pants. So there are exceptions, obviously. You have people like Bo Jiden, who's demented and he doesn't know what's going on. That's why he shits in front of the Pope. But that's beside the point. But for the most part, a lot of old people still are aware of what they're doing. They're still aware of what they have to do, like go to the restroom. But physically, a lot of times they can't do it anymore because they don't have the strength and they don't have the explosiveness to get up or to move fast enough to go to the restroom or do whatever. So the Olympic lifts, they're very technical lifts, but that's not to say that you cannot learn how to do these at a later stage in life. In fact, I had a lifter, he was 65 years old, and he was a gymnast, so he wanted to enter weightlifting meets. So I coached him, and he was in his late 60s when he first entered his weightlifting meets. So there's no such thing as being too young or too old. But fortunately, there are other ways that you can learn how to be explosive. You don't have to do the Olympic lifts. That's the good news. There are some exercises I'm going to show you that will help you develop some explosiveness, so that when you're old, you don't pull a Joe Biden and shit your pants, because it's kind of embarrassing. So one thing that you can do, one implement that you can use to learn how to be explosive, is how to use a kettlebell. So kettlebell swings, there are many ways how to use this implement. A very basic move is just the swing. So I'm going to show it to you. So this is the start position, and then just pop your hips, let the kettlebell float up in the air, and then just let gravity pull it down, and then repeat over and over again for about 10 repetitions. So pop your hips, pop. You see how I'm popping my hips? That's a form of explosiveness. The kettlebell is floating up in the air as a result of my hips exploding. I'm not using my arms, I'm not using my shoulders, it's all hips. That's a very good way to learn how to be explosive. Another exercise I'm going to show you is squat jumps. Squat jumps are also very effective, and it's not going to cost you any money to implement. You can do it at your home. So squat jumps, you're going to squat, then you're going to boom up. You're going to squat, boom up. All right. So when you go to the gym, and obviously I will encourage all to go to the gym, by all means, continue to do concentric exercises, eccentric exercises, but always add some form of explosive exercise. So that way when you get older, when you're playing bingo and nature calls, you can get up right away, go to the restroom, because otherwise nature is going to end up on your lap. And with that, Coach Goatman is out.